Thank you, and Ekemini has arrived. And on nutrition today, we are discussing mindful eating. Ekemini Phillips is an integrative nutrition health coach. She's the co-founder of HELP, an acronym for Healthy Eating Little People. Welcome back to the show. It's been a while.
It's always a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so our general topic for the month is mindful, or rather, is nutrition beyond food.
Yes.
And today we're talking about mindful eating.
Yes.
But then I'm trying to understand what you mean by mindful. So if you have someone that's a mindful eater, does that mean that they could be mindless eaters?
Absolutely.
Talk to us.
So when I say mindful eating, it's like a form of intentional eating.
Okay.
So you're being in tune with your body. Eating should be seen as a form of self-respect to the body. You know, you're communicating with your body. You're being in constant touch with the food. You know, you're knowing the textures, the aromas, the smells, the kind of taste you're deriving from the food, the feelings, the sensations. Okay. So you're being in tune with the food you're eating, as against just eating on the go. You're not paying attention to what the food tastes like. You're not paying attention to the textures. You don't even know who prepared the food. And you don't even know how the food is nourishing your body. But that's mindless eating. And a lot of us, you know, actually practice mindless eating. But we should actually see food as a form of self-respect. I always tell people that whenever you're given a plate of food, view it as an opportunity to nourish your body or to feel a disease. So if you look at it from that angle, then you can actually put all of your emotions and your mind into the food. So you're going to look at, how am I breaking down this food? How is this food going to sustain me? How is this food going to nourish my body? What are the micronutrients and the macronutrients that are inside this food? How am I going to harness the nutrients in this body to heal and to support the growth of my body? So that's mindful eating, putting your mind into the meal.
Okay. Now, it feels like a very deep concept. I know there are probably just a few people watching right now that just think, I'm hungry, I got to eat. Yes. And that's it.
Yes.
So you're saying that this is beyond just the food.
Yes.
This has to do with personality as well and your person?
So nutrition beyond food just goes against the bowl of food in front of you. Maybe the whole bowl of asaro or yam pottage in front of you. It goes into, how am I going to chew this yam in such a way that the glucose, the sugar content, and everything in this yam is bioabsorbable in my body. Wow. You know, so it just goes on about all the biosynthetic, the metabolisms that are involved, the digestion, the assimilation, and also the elimination of the undigested food.
Wait, so these words are getting
beyond the eating.
They're getting, these are big words. Is it not just asaro?
No, it's not just asaro. Your body doesn't know what asaro is. All your body knows is glucose. All your body knows is amino acids. All your body knows is fatty acids, your minerals, and your vitamins. So your body has to be able to break down that asaro, that yam, into the simplest form of nutrients for your cells to be able to uptake and use it for the metabolism.
Okay, so I want to take you back into your introduction earlier. You said your eating could be fueling a disease or nourishing your body.
Yes.
So I want to talk about this fueling a disease aspect. So if a client came into your office, you know, today, and you discovered that this was something they were going through, what advice would you give them?
Okay, so first of all, I would advise that the first things first should be have a plate of nourishing food in front of you. That's the first step, and that's the ingestion. After the ingestion, we are now going to talk about the digestion. And then we know that digestion starts from the mouth, it continues in the stomach, and then it gets completed in the small intestine, and that's also where absorption goes into. So you have to also look at, how am I breaking down the food, knowing fully well that digestion starts from the mouth. Your mastication, your chewing, am I breaking down this food into such smaller particles that it's interacting with the saliva that has the enzymes?
Some people don't chew their food. Some people actually swallow rice. They just swallow it.
Yes.
Okay.
And then that comes to the other point I wanted to raise, that we're actually supposed to chew food for 20 to 40 times before we pull it down, before it becomes a bolus of food. So if you have a piece of yam, again, asaro in your mouth, you should try as much as possible to chew it until that yam becomes a liquid paste.
Wow.
So we now, in nutrition space, they coined the 40 times chewing thingy, so that it helps you to be able to convert that hard piece of yam into a liquid paste that is now ready for you to swallow. The whole idea is that there's some enzymes in your saliva, the amylase, that is going to interact with the carbs in the yam and break it down before you now swallow it into your stomach. Now, what happens in the mouth is mechanical digestion.
Yeah.
What happens in the stomach is a chemical digestion. So if the work of the chemical bit is not done, it's going to put pressure on the stomach. So starting, first of all, to break down the food is going to help anybody that has digestive issues, because that bit of the breaking down into smaller particles has already been covered.
Okay. So, if, for instance, I want to start making sure I'm mindful about what I eat.
Yes.
Give me 3 steps I need to take.
First things first, ask yourself, was I hungry?
Okay.
You know, a lot of people eat because they are stressed, because they are going through emotional issues, because they are thirsty.
Okay.
And because they are just tired and they are just looking for what to do. And then the next thing is just to snack around, pick up something and binge on it. But first things, ask yourself, which brings you to that fact that you have to be in personal communication with yourself. Internalize that fact. Am I hungry? Should I go and pick up food? Or is it just taste?
What's the second one?
The second one is chew your food properly.
Okay.
Chew your food properly. And the third one is internalize the food. How do I feel with this food? What are the feelings I'm getting from this food? And pay attention to the food. That will help your body. It actually takes 20 minutes from the start of the food for your brain to get the signals that your stomach is full.
Wow.
So you can imagine
20 minutes.
20 minutes, TT.
Wow.
So you can imagine if you were rushing that meal and you finished maybe at 10 minutes or 5 minutes, that means you would have gotten full before your brain got that signal. So that comes to overeating and then weight gain and then issues with digestion.
Ekemini, there is not enough time for us to get this topic broken down completely, but we know that we've started something very interesting. Please hit us up on social media. Use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC, and Ekemini will be answering your questions. We'll be continuing with our series, Nutrition Beyond Food, next week with Ekemini. But we have to take a quick break now and be back with more.